All right, what's up, guys? So it feels like it was just yesterday that I had no control over my diet. I remember waking up every morning, looking in the mirror, and just being really unhappy with what I saw. I remember thinking that I wanted to get a great body, that I wanted to make a change, but I just felt like I couldn't really do it. I remember feeling like I was trapped in my diet. I remember coming up with these elaborate plans on how I would finally get into shape just for me to end up falling into the same bad habits that very same day. And I remember it was really crushing because not only was I not able to achieve the body that I actually wanted, but I just didn't believe in myself. I always felt like, man, I'm just going to keep coming up with these goals that I'm never going to achieve. And that's maybe one of the worst things about trying to get into shape but falling off the wagon is you just start to not trust yourself in being able to achieve your goals. So as somebody who's seen both sides, as somebody who's been out of shape and as somebody who's actually been in really great shape, I'm going to tell you how you can actually change your life, how you can actually get a good body, how you can actually get lean, how you can actually get healthy and keep the promises that you're actually making to yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a normal guy, and if I can do it, anybody can. All right, guys, and just so you know, this is what I used to look like. You can see that I didn't really have a great physique. It was pretty average, had a lot of body fat on me, didn't have very much muscle mass, and like I was saying earlier, just didn't feel really confident in myself. But through some really basic but fundamental principles, I was able to completely transform my physique, gain a bunch of muscle, lose a bunch of body fat, and just overall live a much higher quality of life. And in today's video, I'll share exactly those fundamental principles so that you can start doing them too. And like I said, guys, if I can do it, anybody can. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is a concept called burn the boats. What burning the boats means is it's basically just eliminating the exit strategy. This is the main problem that I faced when I was trying to get lean is I left the door open to quit. And whenever you leave the door open to quit on something, you 100% will take that opportunity to quit when things get hard. And so the question I have for you today is, what do you think the difference is between someone who quits and someone who doesn't? It's just simply consistency. It's the person who actually just does the thing over and over and over again without quitting who actually achieves the results and who wins. And so the best way to do this is you need to disregard the outcomes and just start focusing on the actions. What I mean by that is we want to stop trying to grasp for the outcomes every day. Like let's say you want to get six-pack abs. If you were just focusing on the outcomes, what you would do is you'd wake up every morning, look in the mirror and be like, I still don't have six-pack abs. I still don't have six-pack abs. And eventually after doing this for, a couple weeks, you would get discouraged and you would quit. The difference is you want to focus on the action. So whether you have six-pack abs or not, did I do the right things today? Did I eat in a calorie deficit? Did I eat the right food? Did I work out? And if you wake up and have six-pack abs or not, that doesn't matter because we don't focus on the outcomes. We just focus on making sure we're doing the right thing. Because ultimately, the daily fluctuations of outcomes lead to discouragement. If you just focus on having or not having the thing that you want, well, eventually that's going to lead to burnout. But just focusing on the actions, you can be assured that if you just do the right things every single day, the desired outcomes will naturally come with time and consistency. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is just getting jacked and lean. I call this the primordial step to being successful. And what I mean by that is getting jacked and lean is often the very first thing, the very first milestone in people's lives to achieving true success. And you might ask, well, why is that the case? The reason why is because if you have the discipline, the true discipline to completely change your body, if you don't have a great body right now, if you have the discipline to get jacked and lean, if you have the discipline to do that, then you have the discipline to do a lot of cool shit because it takes a lot of discipline. You have to be willing to forego immediate gratification. You have to be willing to undergo hard work and dieting and all that stuff. And if you can do that and actually achieve a good physique, if you can do that for long enough, then you can transfer that skill really into anything, whether it's building a family, building a business, being a good father, being a good mother, being a good son, whatever it might be. That same discipline that will get you into really great shape, that will get you healthy, will also be the same discipline that will make you successful in a lot of other areas of life. So now you might be asking, okay, well, that sounds great, but how do you actually get jacked and lean? Well, you do that by first you ask yourself, do I need to gain weight or do I need to lose weight? So if you're scrawny and small and need to put on muscle, then you need to gain weight. If you're fat and overweight, then you need to lose weight. If you need to lose weight, you enter into a calorie deficit, meaning that you simply just burn more calories than what you consume. If you need to gain weight, then you need to be in a calorie surplus, meaning that you just need to consume more calories than what you burn. It's honestly really simple. Do that in tandem with clean foods only for 3 to 5 months while lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week and watch how much you change. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who might hear that and start making excuses. Well, I can't eat clean for 3 to 5 months. I can't lift weights 3 times a week. I got a job. Save it. I don't want to hear it. because it's just bullshit. You're lying to yourself, dude. You need to go to the gym. You need to eat clean, do those things, be in a calorie deficit surplus. You either do or you don't. It's just as simple as that. So all that I can do is tell you the truth, and then it's up to you at this point now to implement that information into your life. Because at the end of the day, whether some fitness YouTuber is going to tell you like, here's the hidden secret, this is the hack, this is the secret hack that's going to easily get you a good body that you finally have been waiting for, that's bullshit. That doesn't exist. What does exist is the fundamentals that you do over and over and over and over again that kind of suck and are kind of hard, and there's going to be days where you don't want to do it, but it's through pushing through those days that you actually build yourself into the person that you want to be. That's the truth. And lastly, guys, I want to talk about belief state and this plague that is pessimism in our society right now. And I want to just kind of give you guys like the no BS, what you actually need to hear to achieve this, because I don't want to just give you some quick hacks, some quick tips that aren't going to actually do shit for you. I want to tell you the truth about how to actually change. And I know that this stuff is true because I did it. I had to go through this stuff myself. I've been on both sides. But the truth is that pessimism, it's just like for nerds, dude. It's pessimism. I hear a lot of people who like, they think of all the reasons why you can't do something. There's this mindset that you pretend that you need to have pessimism because it's what allows you to be calculated, and not to get too ahead of yourself. But honestly, it's just cope. The truth is pessimism oftentimes is just a form of fear masking itself, pretending to be logical rationality, when really it's just you're afraid to do something. And the truth is, do you believe in yourself or not? If you're already thinking of all the reasons that it's not going to work, then you're already kind of fucked. And if you listen to interviews with the top entrepreneurs in the world, if you read their books, you'll find that regardless of the entrepreneur, whether they're in a different country, whether they're in the US or in Europe or in Asia, whatever the case is, the one thing you'll notice about these ultra successful entrepreneurs that they all have in common is that they just focus on how they will succeed. They have an unrelenting belief in themselves that they will achieve the outcome, regardless of how crazy it seems. I'm saying all this stuff to you from a place of love because I want you to have the truth, the real truth. And that real truth is that you are actually capable of it. I get a lot of comments that are just kind of like cope. They talk about how they can't achieve it. It's genetics, this, and that. It's only possible. I don't want to hear that, dude. Because it's not true. The sooner that you accept that you can do something, the sooner that you'll be free. But the reason people don't want to do that is because the moment that they accept that they can do it, then it exposes the inadequacy within their own self-belief. But sometimes you need to expose that inadequacy. Sometimes you need to be really truthful with yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say, am I being honest with myself? Do I actually believe in myself? Or am I keeping myself stuck because that's the comfortable thing to do? So don't be afraid, because at the end of the day, it's a difference between choosing fear or choosing life. Choosing hope. You need to be hopeful. You need to actually believe in yourself. So if anything, guys, just know that no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter your genetics, no matter your situation, you can make a change for the better. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter where you've been. Right now, in this moment, you can decide to be the person that you want to be. I hope that this helps, guys. I really do. If you're interested in getting my program, just started called the Aesthetic School. It's just got all my fitness and dieting stuff and mindset stuff too. So if you want a deeper dive, I'll leave that linked in the description down below. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.